Hey, James. Thanks heaps, bud. I want to say a massive big thank you for helping me out with some lunch and some Woodstock. I'm truly grateful. Fucking so grateful. Thank you very much. Have a fucking ball-tearing day. You're a legend, a true gentleman, and a scholar. Thank you, lad.
Oh, it's the kid getting words. Podcast don't last, giving you the real talk, no holding back. Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. There's always a silver lining. We'll set you free, so join the movement. Let's change the game with the Can't Get Any Worse podcast.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Can't Get Any Worse podcast. How are we all today? I hope we're all well and just ripping into our Tuesdays or whatever fucking day you're listening to this. It's, look, I used to say that because obviously this drops on a Tuesday, and Tuesdays? Oh my God. Tuesdays used to be like our peak listener day, right? And then it just fizzle out throughout the rest. Oh my God. Are you guys listening? What is happening right now? I think I've developed a speech impediment or something. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Whatever day you're listening to this, I hope you're having an absolute ripper of a day, all right? And look, chaos as per usual around here today. Straight off the bat, if you guys can hear some sort of weird whining noise, the council has decided that today is a good day, the day of recording the Can't Get Any Worse podcast. Today's the best day to come and do whatever the fuck they're doing outside there. So they got like cranes and fucking everything out there, lifting and lowering shit. So if that is coming through the studio, based on the roadcaster, it's not coming through. But in case you guys listen and you just hear this weird humming noise and you're like, what the fuck is that shit? Just wanted to be completely open with you guys. Also, hey, why not cover a bit of admin straight off the bat? I am not silencing notifications for this episode. So if there is a couple of dings here and there, I'm going to apologize right now. But both boys are sick as fuck today. And Parker obviously had his surgery on Friday. And the whole weekend's been a bit up and down with him. And then Westy got fucking sick yesterday with a fever and stuff. Look, parents, I don't encourage this, but I was going to keep him home, but it's school photo day. And Nikita's like, I'm not missing out on a school photo. So they can go to school, get their photo, and then they can come home. So in the odd chance that the school does call me and go, hey, you got to come and pick up your disgusting fucking kids because they're spreading germs, I need to leave my phone on for that. But anyway, that's enough admin off the top. Let's see what the fuck this opening clip was all about.
Hey, James. Thanks heaps, bud. I want to say a massive big thank you for helping me out with some lunch and some Woodstock. I'm truly grateful. Fucking so grateful. Thank you very much. Have a fucking ball-tearing day. You're a legend, a true gentleman, and a scholar. Thank you, lad.
No worries, buddy. See, guys, this is exactly what happens when you support the pod. When you get around the pod, I reach out to you guys. I supply you with Woodstock and KFC and things like that. So thanks to our sponsors, I'm now able to support you guys, the listeners, by giving you such prizes such as that. So Knucklebet just changing lives over here, 1 10-pack of Woodstock at a time. Oh, nothing says gratitude, just like a fucking crackhead just slurring appreciation through potato and gravy breath. My God. To be honest, that wasn't directly for me. I just saw that this morning and I'm like, you know what? That could be a fun little opening clip. Let's let it rip, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's, speaking about sponsors, what better way to kick off the episode? It has been a crazy, 3 or 4 weeks here at the Can't Get Any Worse podcast, from my mental breakdown going, oh, nothing's ever going to fucking happen for me. Oh, God, and then just to have the randomness of 2 sponsors. That's right, guys, 2 fucking sponsors. You guys are probably going, what are you talking about? You've only got Knucklebet, you fucking deviant dog. You betting dog. You're making us all get addicted to gambling again, you fucking dog. What could the second one be? And guys, last week I jumped on the pod and I said, look, another energy drink wasn't keen to jump on board after I pushed the fuck out of them for like years, at least a year, potentially crept into that second year. And then I cracked a can last week of a potential sponsor that I was talking to back and forth. And you know what? Why don't we crack another one right now? And guys, I'm talking about Kamikaze. My God, look at these fucking cans. They are off their head. Full transparency, I've not tried this flavor yet. It's called Hawaiian Splice. So let's crack this and have a little sippy susu as we do. Oh, I know a couple of you guys are going to fucking hate that. I'm going to take a sip live on air. Okay. I definitely see, like, Hawaiian isn't necessarily a flavor, right? So I was intrigued as to what the fuck this was going to taste like. Adrian had suspicions of pineapple or coconut, I think he said. I would say that is more of like an orangey tang type flavor. But it's fucking delicious. I will give him that. So I'm going to take another sip and we'll break it down for you. Oh, all right. Now, they're not the official energy drink sponsor as of yet, okay? So let's pump the brakes. But I was going back and forth with two energy drinks, and I liked both of them. I'll put that out there in the stratosphere. I was a fan of both drinks, and I went to both of them, and they were both keen. But Kamikaze just seemed to. The other one, it felt like I was twisting their arm. Okay, it felt like I was like forcing the podcast on them. Whereas Kamikaze, straight from the first message, they were pumped. They're like, "Yep, let's get around it. What do you want to do?" Like, they're putting the ball in my park. Well, how do you want to go about it? And I basically said, "What are you guys offering?" You know, that's the first thing that you got to say, because if I go, "Oh, I want this," and they're like, "We were about to offer you fucking triple that, you stupid fuck," like that movie War Dogs, where they like undercut their opponent by $3 million or whatever the fuck it is. That's what I didn't want to do. So I let them have first offer, got the offer, and look, without going too in depth, let's just tiptoe around it. They sent me the offer, and I can understand as if you were a generic sort of influencer or something like that, that would have been a very enticing offer. But the back-end commitment of what I needed to do on that contract wasn't really going to work for what I do. So I went back to them. I go, "Look, this is where I'm at. This is what I do. This is my audience. This is what I think I can offer you guys in return for this." And I thought that was going to fuck up the whole thing. I was like, they are not going to buy this. They're going to be like, "You're a fucking idiot. Why would we want to get involved with that?" And they replied within a couple of hours, and they said, "Let's do it. Let's fucking lock it in. Change the contract to suit whatever you want from us and what you can offer us. And let's make it happen. Let's fucking start rolling this shit out." So I just want to say straight off the bat, such a good company to deal with. And the flavors are off their fucking head. Everyone I've told to try it has loved it straight off the bat. And you guys know I wouldn't get on here and I wouldn't push something unless I absolutely fucking believe in it and use it myself. So you guys are going to see me drinking it every week. It's not like I'm going to be sitting here pulling a funny face every time I have a sip, because like I said, the flavors, I don't know how they do it. With zero sugar and zero fucking carbs or whatever it is, I genuinely don't know how they make that flavor pop so fucking hard. But let's have another little sip, because it could be my new addiction, guys. I've realized I potentially might have an addictive personality. I'm going to take a sip. So, yeah, probably as of next week, they will be on board as the official sponsor. And I believe I'm getting like a little discount code for you guys, the listeners. So by all means, go out this week and try a couple of cans if you want. I believe the only servos, so you can get it on their websites, and I believe they have sales and all that happening. Otherwise, the only servos currently in Australia you can get it at are Freedom and the BP, or supplement shops stock it as well. So by all means, go check it out. Go see for yourselves if you like it. Otherwise, wait till next week, and I think I get a discount code that you guys can order through the website. So yeah, I'm absolutely stoked with the two sponsors that have decided to jump on board. Like I said at the start, completely couldn't have predicted that 3 or 4 weeks ago. So pumped as fuck. But anyway, guys, let's get into what's happened in my week. And I'm I've touched on it the last couple of weeks that Parker has, I feel like he's finally starting to find his groove in life. He's starting to explore things and see what he's really into. Like, he's 5 now, turning 6 in like a week or something. And he's just sort of, holy fuck, there's the first ding. Oh, God, should I mute it? Do I run the risk? What if I go, where the fuck is my mouse? What if I go reduce interruptions? Let's try that, because I'm assuming maybe then phone calls will still come through. But let's hope the kids last for the duration of this podcast. Anyway, Parker's starting to dip his toe in a few things. Is it jiu-jitsu and things like that I wanted him to? Unfortunately not. But I'm letting him do his own thing and find his own hobbies, and I'm fucking 100% behind him for him. And last weekend, he stumbled across something that I would not have predicted in my wildest dreams. He has all of a sudden become completely obsessed with baseball. Am I a huge baseball fan? No, not really. I mean, the only times I've watched baseball was on my last like betting fucking scheme that I was doing, where baseball is a pretty easy sport to bet on if you follow the trends for a couple of weeks. And I used to win a little bit of money back following the baseball loosely. Like, I wouldn't sit down and watch the games. I'd just have like the live scores popping up on my phone. But he's become completely obsessed. Like, last weekend, he's like, Dad, can you put a baseball game on? And I'm like, okay, that's a weird request, but sure. And it's a super slow game. So I put it on, and I'm predicting maybe we get 3 minutes into this. He gets up and walks away. He sits down and watches a whole baseball game. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then he goes, can I watch another one? And I'm like, brother, you just watched like 3 hours of baseball. And he goes, yeah, I want to watch another game. And I'm like, okay, put another one on. He watches that as well. And I've gone, what is going on? And he goes, Dad, can you show me all the baseball teams, like all their logos? He goes, I want to pick a favorite team. And I'm like, okay, show him all the teams. He picks the Toronto Blue Jays for whatever reason. I'm assuming the Blue Jays is like a cute little character for a kid, I suppose. And I'm like, if you want to support the Blue Jays, go nuts. I don't really care. I don't really have a baseball team. And he goes, yep, that's my team. And then he goes, if I do a good drop-off at school tomorrow, which was last Monday, he goes, can you go and buy me a baseball bat and a ball? And I've gone, you betcha. Like I said, whatever I can do to get this kid into something, I'm going to do. So I start Googling, and I find this shop at Springwood, which is like 20 minutes from me. And they've got all this shit for relatively cheap. And it says on the website, open to the public. And I've gone, okay, sweet. Let's cruise up there after the podcast and physio last Monday. So I drive up there, and it's a bit of a weird setup. It's like a big industrial building, but then they've got like a little shop off to the side. So I go into the little shop, no staff in there, and I'm looking around, no baseball gear. So I'm like, I have to do the awkward like, hello, is anybody here? And then this dude cruises out. Doesn't look like he's ever played a sport in a day in his life, if I'm being completely honest. And I go, hey mate, I was looking on your website, and I'm just here to buy a baseball bat and a ball if you've got one. And he goes, oh, let me go and get the baseball guy. And I'm like, okay, this should be fun. So he goes and gets a much more unathletic man than what he was to come and see me. And this guy is fucking huffing and puffing by the time he got to me. And I go, hey mate, I was on your website. My son's looking at getting into baseball, and I saw you got some baseball bats and some balls. Just wanted to buy one. And he goes, oh, it's not really what we do. And I've gone, oh, okay. Do you don't sell to the public? Or he goes, yeah, we do, but we sort of just sell to schools and things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, like fair enough. I'm like, but can I buy a bat off you guys? Like, do you have any in stock? He's like, oh, like I'd feel bad selling you one. And I'm like, look, my son has never played baseball in his life. I just want to get him something cheap to see if he even likes hitting a ball. And he's gone, mate, what I could do, I recommend you go to, he said one place, and then he said another place at fucking Clontarf, which is like an hour 15 from me on the north side of Brisbane. And I've gone, yeah, nah, like I'm not really keen to drive. Like if I get this bat and he's into it, by all means, I'll drive 5 hours to get him his next bat up. But I just want to get something that he can hit a ball with. And he goes, nah, I wouldn't feel comfortable selling you it. And I'm like, okay, this is fucking pointless. So I go, all right, thanks, mate. Walk out. And I knew Rebel Sport sells them, but I knew they would be pricey as fuck. So I drove to my local Rebel Sport, and again, they had no stock. And I had to ask the lady, I'm like, look, I swear I've been here before and you guys have baseball bats. I'm like, have you got them like hiding in a corner or something? She goes, oh, yeah, we've got them out the back now. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Okay. Just after your cheapest one for like a kid, she goes out there and she brings back a baseball bat and a ball in like a pack. It's like $60 or something. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll take that. Now, this is where this whole story's led to. No one talks about how terrifying you look walking through a shopping centre carrying a baseball bat. Everyone's just looking at me like I'm about to go and rob cash converters or something. The amount of bad looks that I got from just the general public, and there's no good way to carry a baseball bat. I'm carrying it down beside my side. That looks horrendous. I start carrying it in both hands. Then I look like, I don't know, some sort of vigilante or something. There's no good way to carry a baseball bat. I felt like I should have been walking through the shopping centre and the GTA music was just playing in the background or something. And I wanted to like pop into Officeworks or something and just print out a sign that I could stick on my forehead and be like, this is for my 5-year-old son. I'm not here to rob anything. And you realize pretty quickly there's no non-threatening way to carry a baseball bat. So I'd power walk through the shopping centre, which probably looked worse in reality. Just a guy running through a shop with a baseball bat. I'm surprised the cops didn't pin me to the ground and arrest me on sight. But he seems to be sticking with it so far. He's like, he was into Pokemon cards and shit like that. Like when I was getting my UFC cards and Westy gets his basketball ones, he went and got some baseball cards on the weekend and he's like obsessed with them. He's reading the backs and all the stats and shit. And I'm hoping he sticks to it because Nikita and I twisted his arm. We're like, can you sign up to baseball? He's like, and then he finally said yes. And I go, I'm sending the email right now. Send it to our local baseball club. And they go, oh, unfortunately the junior season doesn't kick off until September. So now I'm just like trying to keep that fire alight. I'm blowing on that little flame and I'm just going, please stay lit until September. And I just want to see him play a sport. I genuinely think a tear is going to roll from my eye when I see him in his little baseball uniform and he just walks up with his little bat. Oh my God, it's going to be the cutest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, I mentioned in that story that I had to go and get that bat after physio last week. And I said last week I was very concerned and very worried about the physio. I have a very hit and miss relationship with doctors and physios and things like that. I don't entirely like the system. I'm not a rule follower, okay? Let's just say that. And had my first session on Monday and I was going to bail on it. I wasn't going to go because I just knew it wasn't going to go well. And Nikita goes, look, if you bail on it, because you're with the public system, you're going to go to your like hospital appointment and they're going to be like, how's physio been going? And if you go, I haven't been going, they're just going to bump you to the bottom of the list again and go, this cunt doesn't want to help himself. So I've gone, all right, let's go. And I'm like, I go to the appointment knowing that she's going to fucking hate everything that I'm doing. And I get there and straight off the bat, it felt like a waste of time. And don't get me wrong, I knew this was going to be the first session. It was a half an hour session, like, because it's all bulk build and shit like that. So they give you the bare minimum. Half an hour session. I reckon 15 to 20 minutes of that session was just her talking to me, going, oh, does this hurt? Does that hurt? How'd you do it? Oh my God, how long's this been going for? Just all the same shit I've already told the doctor. And it was already on all the referrals and shit that I'd emailed through weeks ago. And so I'm doing all that. I'm being polite. And then she starts going, all right, so, and I said to her, I go, look, I've somewhat got it way better on my own. Like I've got probably 60 to 70% range of motion and strength back into it, but it's still just intense chronic pain daily. And she goes, oh, okay, what have you been doing? And I go, oh, just like some stuff I've got off YouTube. Like there's a guy, knees over toe guy, some other guys on YouTube. And I just sort of been compiling that into my own little system that works for where I can get my knee at the moment. And I go, on top of that, I've been going back and forth with ChatGPT. It'll give me a weekly workout plan, and I'll be like, my knee hurt when I did this exercise, or this week I twisted my knee wrong again, so it's a bit tender. Let's take it easy this week, yada, yada, yada. And she goes, can you tell me your workout? And I go, yeah, I got it on my notes app right here. And I show her, and she starts reading it, and just straight off the bat, just shitting on it. And I'm like, she's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, I get all that. I go, but like I said, I was in immense pain, and whatever I have been doing, I've got it back to where I can now go through my daily tasks without being a limping piece of shit. And she goes, all right. She goes, how often do you go to the gym? Like, what's this workout? And I go, 7 days a week. Immediate panic from her, which I knew. No health professional wants you to go to the gym 7 days a week, because it's not what their fucking textbooks tell you to do, you know? And she goes, all right, straight off the bat, you need to drop back to 5 days a week. And I've gone, I understand that, but I need to go 7 days a week for my head. And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, look, I'll just be completely honest. I got a lot of stuff going on up here. And if I don't go to the gym, if I miss 1 day of gym, I just feel like I haven't been for a year. And she goes, oh, well, that's, she basically says that's too bad. She goes, you need to drop back to 5 days or your knee's never going to get better. And I go, look, I don't do legs like every day at the gym. I go, most of it's upper body at the moment. I have one leg day in there, and the rest I just do like leg stretches and light body weight exercises on the leg. And she's like, no, you got to drop back to 5. And I'm like, okay, all right. What else you got for me? She starts to give me like an old lady's knee routine. Like, she wants me to start doing like water aerobics and shit like that. She wants one of my gym days to just be me laying on a mat, lifting my leg up and down for 40 minutes. And I'm like, that is not going to satisfy me in the gym, you know? And I go, look, okay, I will incorporate your exercises into my workouts. And she was not buying into it. It was so fucking frustrating. I'm fighting for my life over here. I'm going, buddy, if I drop the gym, I'm going to be fucking fighting for my life. Meanwhile, she wants me to do like pensioners Pilates. And I'm like, bruh, I can't do it. And she finishes the session. She goes, all right, I look forward to seeing you in a fortnight and seeing how my exercises and stuff have affected your knee. And I left that knowing inside that I was not going to do what the fuck she told me. And this is the frustrating part. This is what I said to Nikita. I'm going to keep doing my own rehab. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, like I said, I'm slowly getting it back to where it was before I hurt it again. And I know in a fortnight it's going to be even better again. But I'm going to have to go to that next session, and for the sake of staying on the public system, she's going to go, how's your knee? And I'm going to go, oh, it's feeling better again. And in her head, she's going to be thinking she's fixed it. But in my head, I know that I've fixed it on my own without her fucking help. So, I don't know. At this stage, I'm basically catfishing my physio into thinking she's a genius or something, and I hate every fucking second of it. But let's bail out of that with another turns out it can get worse clip. What do we got over here? I think it is this lovely lady. Let's drag her over. See what she's got to say.
As a woman, getting to play with a man's cock is like one of the most amazing opportunities ever. And also when he comes home from work after a hard, long-ass day and giving him a BJ, oh yeah, that is like so fucking amazing.
Ladies, who said being a woman's hard? I think feminism just took a huge hit. I don't know. That just felt like a podcast clip from Andrew Tate or something that was just all the reposts and comment section was just full of fire emojis. So shout out to that lady. Oh God, I might play Nikita that clip when she gets home from work. See her thoughts on it. But let's get on to the next story. Before we do, I'm going to have some more of this Hawaiian splice. Oh God. It is so fucking good. That is actually like Picture this, right? It's a hot summer day. You're on the beach. Maybe you don't drink as much alcohol as you did back in the day, such as myself. And you're just like, I need something. I need something refreshing and something that's going to give me a little kick. And you crack one of those. My God, I could not think of anything better. But I had a little task this week. I had a little parenting task. And I don't get trusted with the parenting task very often. That might surprise some of you guys. You guys might be sitting there going, but you tell us these stories every week. You sound like the perfect parent. Don't believe the hype, okay? There is a lot of things that I fuck up as a parent. I think we all do, to be honest. But Nikita trusted me with something this week, and I took it with both hands, and I'm like, babe, I won't let you down. So both the boys needed some new parts of their uniform. They both needed new socks. These kids go through fucking socks like they got a Nike contract or something. And Parker needed they just like released a new sports tracksuit. So the jacket and the tracksuit pants. And Nikita goes, do you reckon you can handle it? And I'm like, some socks and a tracksuit. I've fucking got this shit. So I go to the uniform shop straight off the bat. Before I can place the order, she goes, I just need to find you in the system. And I've gone, okay, that's easy enough. She goes, what's your name? I go, James Misson. She goes, all right, type it in. Oh, you're not in the system. And I've gone, oh, okay. I go, actually, it's probably, my wife is probably in there. She goes, okay, what's her name? Nikita Misson. Okay, type that in. She's not in the system either. And I go, actually, I think my mum made a deal with us when the kids first started school that should buy their first round of uniforms. I go, probably under my mum's name. Give my mum's name. No, she's not in the system either. And I've gone, okay. What if you just search our last name? Search it. Nothing in the system. And I've gone, what do you want me to do? And she goes, well, we can't proceed with the order until you're in the system. And she goes, I'll just have to enter you as a new parent. And I've gone, okay. And then she starts like doubting me. She's like, so you're saying that you've got children at the school? And I go, yeah, my oldest son's in grade 4. I go, so he's had like 4 years worth of uniforms from here. And she just starts like doubting me. She's like, I don't think so. I think you're lying to me right now. I think you want your children to be part of this school, but you can't afford it or something. And now you're just making up lies to me on a Monday morning. And I just wanted to, I'm not going to say what I wanted to do. Just in case this ever gets back to the school. Anyway, she finally gets me in the system. She goes, what do you need? And I go, okay, this is the easy part. I go, I need 7 pairs of sports socks because Westy and Parker both wear those. And I need 3 pairs of formal socks. So all up, 10 pairs of socks. Easy. And I go, I also need the new sports tracksuit, this size top, this size pants. She gets everything on the counter. And I'm thinking, I fucking nailed this. I'm so fucking good. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know why I did this, okay? I'm comparing everything to like Kmart pricing or something, you know? You can go to Kmart, you can get a 10-pack of socks for like $20 or something, $30. And I thought it would be something like that. And a tracksuit, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe a sports tracksuit, $100 maybe, somewhere around there. And she goes, all right, that'll be $148. And I've gone, sweet. That looked bit more expensive than what I predicted. But I go, sure. She types it in the FPOS machine, spins it around to me, and I see on there that it says $248. And I've gone, oh, sorry, you seem to have made a mistake there. You said, didn't you say 148? And she goes, no, I said 248. And I've gone, for 10 pairs of socks and a tracksuit? And she goes, yeah, uniforms are expensive these days, aren't they? And I go, yeah, okay. And then obviously my awkwardness kicked in. So I've just gone, fuck my life, tapped my card and just forked out $250 for some fucking uniforms. Like, I wonder what the penalty would be if you sent your kid to school with no uniform. Probably wouldn't look good though, sending your kid to school with no socks. I feel like child services would be after me. So these kids are just fucking, they're better dressed than surgeons these days. I wonder how much a surgeon uniform costs. Must be unreal. So school uniforms are the biggest scam in Australia, you know what I mean? I think I might start a podcast just on Australian uniform scams. So I don't know. I tapped my card and I just felt like, it felt like one of my transactions through Knucklebet, if I'm being honest. I felt like I just placed $250 on the Titans to beat the Sea Eagles on the weekend. and I just saw that disappear into the atmosphere, okay? Gamble responsibly, guys. Just tapping your card and just feeling instant life regret. But speaking about uniforms and clothing and things like this, I'm going to take another sip and then we'll rip into this. Now, I'm not going to do a full breakdown until it's probably going to be a couple more weeks, okay? Obviously, as I've told you guys, I'm on a little TRT journey at the moment, testosterone replacement therapy. And I'm currently on week 7. So at week 8, you got to go get a new blood test and all your fucking physical shit and see if it's helping you the way that it's meant to be helping you. So once I get that all back, once I see like the biological side of things, I will come on and I'll tell you how I'm feeling physically, mentally, and then I'll be able to tell you guys like where I'm at level-wise and shit like that. But what I will talk about this week is I'm experiencing a weird side effect that I can only pin down to the TRT, all right? I have this weird side effect where I all of a sudden hate shirts. I don't know what it is. I can't stand the feeling of a shirt touching my skin. I think this is what it must feel like to be a man, okay? For years, I've just had low testosterone. I've basically been a woman just going, oh, I need to mask up my entire body. And now I get home from work, instantly shirts off, you know? And it all of a sudden, like my dad's generation just starts to make sense to me. Like those are real men because when you see my dad, the only time you see him with a shirt on is weddings and funerals. If it's not a wedding or a funeral, you will not see him in a shirt, okay? And I can finally understand middle-aged men just standing on their driveway, shirtless, just drinking a beer, okay? It all makes sense in my brain. And to top it all off, okay, I did not need this kind of ego boost from my youngest son, Parker. We got home, I did the pickup the other day, get home from work and school pickup, shirts off, and both the boys have started to do it as well. We're just bleeding testosterone in this household at the moment. And Parker comes up to me, he goes, oh, Dad, bend down. I bend down. And Parker just starts touching like my shoulder, where my shoulder meets my chest. And he just goes, Dad, your shoulders are getting so big. God, brother. I became Batista mentally for about 20 minutes. Every time I was walking around the house that afternoon, I was just hitting the Batista entrance through every fucking doorway. It was absolutely unreal. It was the ego boost that I needed, you know. But just one compliment from your son about your shoulders getting bigger can just heal more trauma than any TRT can heal, okay? But let's break out of that with another turns out it can get worse clip. Which one is this? Oh, okay. So this one, shout out, you know what? A lot of you send me clips, okay? And I've decided I'm going to start using some of those clips as the turns out it can get worse clips. This one was sent to us by none other than our good mate up at Rocky, Isaac. So you guys might remember him from the back end of last year. He bought me a fucking dead-ass podcast hat and a heap of shit back there. He bought me a bottle of alcohol. He's an absolute fucking legend. And on the back of that, I was meant to catch up with another one of you legends. Dan from Lismore was up this week. And because of the whole Parker surgery thing, I had to pull the pin on that. So don't think, if you guys want to catch up with me, don't think I'll bail. But I think we've rescheduled for July. So Dan, if you're listening to this, fucking hold me to it, all right? But as I said, this clip here was sent in by Isaac, and it genuinely made me laugh out loud. So let's hit fucking play.
That ain't pee, it's squirt. Hit me up on Marketplace and we could make something work. That's not pee, it's squirt. From me, sweet tea. That's not pee, it's squirt. Hit me up on Marketplace and we could make something work. What you got? What's your budget, boo? Gently used, hell, it's like brand new. Used by we. That's squirt, not pee. That's not pee. It's squirt. That's not pee. That's not pee. It's squirt. Hit me up on Marketplace. We could make it work. That's not pee.
Jesus Christ. Straight off the bat, guys. I don't usually cast stones, okay? But I I think that might be a trans man. I think that might be a transgender, and that makes me worried that if that is squirt, what orifice that is coming out of, okay? But I think it's official. Facebook Marketplace has officially fallen off. Imagine you're on there, you're scrolling for days, you're going, God, I've hit rock bottom. I just need a mattress off Marketplace. And you message this person and they just hit you with that banger. My God. It just looks like a deleted fucking Euphoria character or something. But I don't know. Isaac, hit me up. Did you end up buying that mattress? Because maybe when I come up to Rocky for the tour, maybe I could crash on it. But anyway, let's get into my week in comedy. Had 2 gigs this week. Let's kick it off. Thursday night, I was at Sit Down Comedy Club for their Mitzi show. And I've spoken about this in the past. My expectations for this show now, I go there not holding high expectations. Let's say that. And again, I was met with a relatively quiet crowd. Maybe 30 people there, maybe. But this was the first time that I got to go up early. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about that, because as I've said multiple times, I like going mid to end, especially at places like Sit Down. The crowd's warmed up, they're ready for the dirtier shit. And if it was the previous Mitzi shows that I've been on, kicking off on my shit, it could be very jarring for the crowd. And for those of you that haven't seen my stand-up, it's not like I go on there and I like fucking say the N-word or anything like that. It's just like silly little dick jokes and stuff like that. So, holy fuck, it just started pouring. I don't know if that's coming through. Anyway, I went there and there was just something in my head where I wanted to try new material. I was just over all my jokes and I'm just standing there and I'm like, I was literally behind the curtain ready to go on. And I'm like, what can I do that's new and fresh? And I remembered back to last week's podcast, and it was actually the clip for last week's podcast of the yogurt thing where I pretended I tipped the yogurt on Parker's head. And I was like, I reckon with a bit of rewording on the fly, I could make that a stand-up bit. So I go out there, I run the regulars, and then I go to finish on that. And I'm like, this could go very bad, because if this doesn't hit, then I've just got to finish and introduce the next act on a bomb. So I go out there, I'm doing relatively well with the rest of the jokes. And then I get to that one and it absolutely fucking crushed. It was the biggest pop of my whole set. And I don't know if it was actually a good joke or whether my excitement came through of like the first time of saying a joke. There's just something about saying a joke for the first time where you're excited about it. And it just fucking crushed and I was stoked. There's just... that just adds a whole nother level of addiction to stand up. When you do a new joke and it hits, there's nothing better. So I walked off stage feeling pretty high. I felt like Dave Chappelle just hitting with a yogurt story. And it was just cool to finally add something fresh to my repertoire, just to have that in my arsenal to pull out whenever I needed. And last night, I went to the new open mic up at Caxton Street that I've been talking about at Pago Pago. So yeah, new little one that's popped up. And again, I didn't hold my expectations high. New rooms, you don't know how they're going to be. And again, I wanted to do new jokes, but I was just a lazy fuck that didn't prepare anything new. So I was like, okay, worst case, let's try that yogurt joke again and see if it hits. And I got up, did my set, and finished on the yogurt joke again. I'm like, oh God, I have this absolute banger. You guys are not prepared for this. And I delivered the punchline. Absolute fucking silence. And I've gone, Jesus Christ. There is just... Comedy is the only job where the exact same sentence can make you feel famous or suicidal at the same time. So I just had to like finish my set and be like, well, I guess that's what I get for trying new shit. So I don't know. I do think it has legs. I think I need to try it another couple of times and maybe tweak a few things here and there. But the worst part of the whole thing, right, is the room runner, he came up to me at the start and he goes, oh, my apprentice is going to be here tonight from work. He's seen you around and he came to work and he told me that you're like his favourite Brisbane comedian. And I'm like, that's a fucking crazy thing for someone to say. Like, has he not been to any other comedy shows? And that's how the MC introduced me. He goes, guys, your next act, He's absolutely brilliant, crushing it around here at Brisbane, and he's my apprentice's favourite comedian. And I've gone, dear God, get up and just proceed to bomb. And just looking at this guy in the crowd, just like saying with my eyes, I'm so fucking sorry. There's nothing like just watching your hero die in front of you. So I just want to say, if you're listening to this, buddy, I would just like to personally apologise for my performance last night. It was not great. Before we get into what I've consumed this week, let's play our last Turns Out It Can Get Worse clip. This guy. All right. This is a fucking cracker for you guys.
Today is the 3rd year anniversary of when I got snipped. Just as I said the previous year and the year before, I still don't regret it. While I do believe foregoing parenthood is in my best interest, I also love the freedom that comes with not having children. There is almost nothing that would convince me to become a parent. I've seen that when some content creators become parents, they will either reduce their output or retire altogether. You'll be happy to know that will never happen to me, as I have no intention of becoming a parent in any capacity.
Brother, I don't want to be mean, but I don't think you're in any danger of reproducing anyway. This bloke got the snip like women were just lining up outside his dungeon just to be impregnated by him. But I think his bloodline was going to end naturally. That felt mean. I'm sorry. Mate, if you ever want to come on the podcast, hit me. Holy fuck, I hit play again. Jesus Christ. That's what I get for having fat, chubby fingers. Maybe I shouldn't cast stones, you know? Maybe that's what happens. But let's rip into some shit that I've consumed this week. Let's kick it off with this one. And I can't give you a full recap, but like I said last week, sometimes things happen on like a Sunday or a Monday and they don't make the podcast. And then by the time I get to them next week, you guys are fucking over it. So I'm going to touch on this week. I'm going to take a sip. So Tom Segura has a Netflix show called Bad Thoughts. And yesterday, season 2 dropped. Now, you guys know I'm one of the biggest Tom Segura dick riders out there, okay? He is still up on the pedestal as one of my goats. Everything he does, I just find fucking hilarious. And that season 1 of Bad Thoughts blew me away. It was all the shit that you thought would never make it on Netflix, and he just made it, sold it to them, and it was an absolute hit. Everyone I spoke to loved it. And there's something about when like a season 1 hits that hard, whether or not you think they can back it up. Now, I will just say I've only watched the first 2 episodes of this. I'll probably finish the rest tonight. But 2 of the little sketches that just absolutely had me howling out loud. I'm not gonna give anything away, but the premises of both of them. The first one is a dad that drops his daughter off to college, and he's sort of lost in life, and he ends up joining college as well and joining a black fraternity, and it's fucking hilarious. Go check it out. And the second one had me laughing out loud as well. It's like a play on like the whole Freaky Friday premise where a mother and daughter will get in arguments and then they switch bodies overnight, and just the spin on it, his whole spin is basically, who do I have sex with now? Because if I have sex with my daughter, who my wife is inside of, that's weird. But if I also have sex with my wife, who's my daughter's inside of her, and it's just this whole internal battle that he's having. It's fucking hilarious. So go check it out. It just, the fact that Netflix greenlit another season of that just makes me so hopeful that comedy is just alive and well again. So Tom Segura just makes content like a psychopath, like a rich psychopath, and I fucking love it. I'm here for it, every second of it. But let's get into some sports shit. My God, frog in my throat. So NBA playoffs are on at the moment, and I am absolutely invested in the NBA at the moment. I have not watched an NBA season like this since probably 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. But I've watched every single playoff game this year like an absolute fucking deviant. And thanks to our friends at Knucklebet, I've been having a sneaky little punt on each and every game. And there is something about the NBA where it's just so exciting to like pick a couple of players and go for their points or rebounds or assists and the overs, the unders, all that sort of shit. There's just something inside me that loves it, okay? And remember, guys, gamble responsibly. Don't take anything I say as fucking betting advice or whatever. I'm just telling you guys some thoughts in this crazy head of mine. But the Spurs versus Thunder series is absolutely unreal. There's another game kicking off today after this. So I'm intrigued to see who wins that one. I am hoping the Spurs can get it done. My God, am I going to have to call this early? And the other series is Knicks versus Cavs. And again, unreal as well. I am genuinely hoping for a Knicks versus Spurs final. That would make me a very happy man. Jalen Brunson, absolutely killing it. And Wembanyama for the Spurs. He blows me away every single game. The dude is a genuine fucking alien. I don't know how he plays basketball the way he does, being 7'4". Unreal. He moves like a praying mantis. I just learned how to play basketball. But I genuinely, look, I love the Spurs, but deep down I want to see the Knicks win the championship because from what I've seen, it'll be their first championship since 1973, which it'd be insane to see. So I know they have a big backing of a heap of celebrities and shit like that. And even just like the Knicks fan base as a whole, they just seem like they're there for it. So to ride a team for, what's that, 1973, fucking 50 years? 50 years since a championship? That'd be absolute scenes to see that. So I hope they get it done. Then the NRL, much like the NBA, this has been the first year where I've been completely locked back in with NRL. Fucking watching almost every game every week. It's I like the game where it's at the moment. I know a lot of people, I listen to a lot of other sporting podcasts and things like that where they complain about the rules and they complain about this and that and blah, blah, blah. I suppose I'm not as heavily invested as maybe they are. I'm just watching as like a generic fan. I like the fast-paced game. I like where it is at the moment. I don't mind, like, the 6 again rule. I understand why people hate that, especially I need to take a drink. 1 sec, guys. All right. Especially if your team's on the back of like 8 6 agains, I can see how that would be frustrating. But when you got no skin in the game and you're just having a sneaky little punt here and there on some anytime try scorers or something, it's fucking fun. And it makes it like these high scoring games, anytime try scorers. Oh God, did I hit a couple on the weekend? I hit here's a couple of multis I put on Knucklebet. Again, not financial advice, everyone, and gamble responsibly. On Saturday, I hit DWZ for the Warriors to get 2 tries. Bang. And then on the Titans game, I had Titans plus 8 points and AJ Brimson to score, and bang, hit that as well. So having a look, I'm trying to not distance myself. I'm trying to keep myself under control with the betting thing, and I hope you guys are doing the same. But speaking about the NRL, that gets us onto this week, this Wednesday, State of Origin, and I'm not going to come on here and I'm not going to break down the teams like you guys, like every other fucking podcast has done, because I'm overhearing it as much as you guys probably are. So just my little thoughts on the game. I assume you guys know this, but maybe you don't. Maybe I'll lose a couple of listeners here. I'm a Blues supporter. I know thoughts and prayers are appreciated. Send them my way. But I like the Blues team this year, but I just think fucking Queensland's going to get it done again. And I probably sound like a beaten down fucking Blues supporter, just oozing generational trauma, because I don't know, being a Blues supporter now, if you win 1 game a year, you're like, we've fucking done it, boys. Good year. That was a good year. But Queensland are the underdogs again. I think they're paying like $2.50 or something. And I just think they're going to get it done again this year, and especially off the back of last week's news of Jai Arrow, his whole situation he's got going on with MND, which is like that. Again, just what I'm watching the NRL from a distance, but when you get hit with a story like that, it genuinely rattled me as well. I came home, I told Nikita, and she's like, it's like it's weird that when you hear shit like that in like the celebrity or sporting world, it rattles you like that. And Nikita's like, there's shit going on in like your life that you just hear and you're just like brush it off and go, oh, well. And I don't know what it is about that, you know? I think you just get invested in these people's lives. But yeah, shout out to Jai Arrow and his family. Absolutely fucking horrible news. But off the back of that, I genuinely think Queensland bands together and they fucking play not only for their state, but also Jai Arrow. So probably I'm not going to give any betting advice or anything like that. And I probably won't put a bet on until probably an hour before the game where I see where the odds all firm up to. And I'll probably end up just playing a sneaky try scorer bet or something like that. So if you've got any thoughts on the game, any tips or anything that you think could help a battling punter such as myself, send them my way on DM or whatever. But that's brought us to the end of the podcast, guys. So only things to plug this week. I have Wednesday the 27th. I'll be at La Max at Wollongabba. So don't think I've ever actually done that room. I think I was booked there probably 10 to 12 months ago, and I think I pulled out for whatever reason. And this Saturday, a potentially big one. So Alpha Fest is on, that the Alpha Blokes run, and a couple other people. And they're doing this thing where it's a complete fucking rip-off of Kill Tony, but I've put my name down for it and they've approved me. So I will be steaming around Alpha Fest this Saturday. If you guys are going to be there, come and say g'day, shoot me a message and tell me where you're at, because I'd love to catch up with some of you guys, but potentially getting pulled out of the bucket to do a minute worth of stand-up in front of that whole fucking festival. So that would be absolutely unreal to do. I just don't know how I'm going to play that set yet. I don't know whether to play it as a stand-up set and just do a minute on my jokes, or do I do a minute of roasting one of the potential judges that you guys know that I've had a bit of back and forth with over the years. So I don't know. Shoot me a message. What should I do? Should I go the roast style, roast him, or just do some stand-up, play it safe, and hopefully win over a couple other fans in the crowd? But other than that, guys, if you got anything to add to the show or just want to fucking have a chat to me, send submissions via DM on Instagram at Can't Get Any Worse Podcast, or shoot me an email at can'tgetanyworsepod@gmail.com. I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate you guys liking and sharing and fucking everything else, because without you guys, none of this would be fucking possible. So hope you all have ripper weeks, and I will see you later.
Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. There's always a silver lining. We'll set you free, so join the movement. Let's change the game with the